hair is feeling more and more like a wig every day. Ugh. Well, on the bright side, at least we got some new Macs coming in November and a new HomePod. Let's talk about it. Alrighty, the first story, the main story of the day, the new Macs coming in November. Now, first off, if you're wondering, my voice is a little out of it, guys. Busy weekend, just to say the least. So I apologize if my voice sounds a little raspy. But anyway, talking about the new Macs, as you know, after the last, how would I say, we put the October eventful. After that eventful event, and thank goodness they never did a live episode or anything like that, Apple seems to have held off on releasing more products and are in favor of releasing them the next month, which is November coming up, and just in time for Black Friday and other sale events and the holiday season just around the corner. But according to Mark Gurman, not only are we going to see similar events to what happened in October with the refreshed spec hardware, but we're also expected to see some potential new hardware make its way over to older products. Let's start from the ground up. The biggest name that starts is the M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros. Sorry guys, my voice is killing me. But taking a look at the event, according to Gurman, he says that Apple is testing the brand new M2 Pro and Max and that they are planning to debut several of them should the time come for the event in November. Now, it's not reported whether it'll be live or whether it'll be another press release like they did with the iPads, but speculations are saying that it will most likely be another website refresh because, again, it's not a significant upgrade where it would warrant an event. Now, that makes a lot of sense because the hardware we kind of already understand, but if there was ever to be an event, it would be for this model because the biggest change is that we're seeing the new MacBook Pros get the M2 Pro and M2 Max, and the biggest change is coming in the form of the cores in graphics. Now, taking a look at the new 14 and 16-inch models, we can see that the Max will have 12-core CPU with 38 GPU cores and will continue to come with up to 64 gigabytes of memory, whereas the 14-inch will stick with the base M2 Pro with a slightly tweaked version with more graphic performance. And of course, all of them will support the, as I would say, up to 64 gigabyte configuration, not just limiting it to the Max. Now, there have been reports saying that Apple was going to put the M2 Ultra inside of the 16-inch model. However, that has not been confirmed, and we don't have any reports to suggest that that was going to happen. So I'm going to deem that as unnecessary rumors, so let's not even worry about that. But taking a look at the Mac Mini, it seems that the Mac Mini will be getting a refresh with the M2 chip, and there is a report from Gurman that Apple has been testing the M2 Pro chip inside of the Mac Mini, and there are reports saying that we might see this one replace the Intel model. We just have to wait and see because there is no confirmation again that they will be proceeding with this model should the time come for them to unveil it. However, we do know that, again, they are testing, but it has not been confirmed if they will proceed with this model. All we do know is that the M2 chip will be inside of the Mac Mini. And the last thing to talk about is the Mac Pro. Now, Mac Pro, everybody's been talking about it. I think that's the Mac that everybody wants to know, what exactly is Apple gonna do, because they've already released the M2 Ultra. Well, according to Gurman, not only are we going to see Apple put their M2 Ultra inside, but it looks like they might be making an even more powerful M2 chipset that could be even higher than the Ultra. This M2 Extreme or M2 Ultra Plus, whatever they're going to call this thing, it's expected to be up to 24 and 48 core CPU and 76 up to 152 graphics cores, along with 256 gigabytes of memory. So we're not sure exactly how Apple's going to position the Mac Pro, but based on the reports, this thing will be a beast. And I know for a fact a lot of people will not be buying this machine. This is only for people that can really take advantage of that true power. The only thing that I would wish Apple would do, and I think the entire world wishes they would do, is make an iMac Pro with the M2 Pro chip, or maybe do something along the lines of a MacBook model with all the configurations except for the Ultra. I wouldn't say the Mac Studio, because the Mac Studio is kind of more of a higher end, but I feel like the biggest one that everybody wants is the iMac Pro, basically an iMac with Pro hardware inside. We don't know if Apple's going to do that, but take a look at all these Macs. It's going to be a nice lineup, and I think this will finally solidify the Apple Silicon lineup, and that will pretty much phase out Intel from Apple's lineup. Once they get rid of Intel, once that's it, there's nothing left. So maybe there will be an event, maybe it'll be a press release. We'll wait and see, guys, but that's everything we know about the Macs coming in November. Mark your calendars, guys. Mark your calendars. And the last story, another thing that could be potentially coming, is the brand new HomePod 2. Now, I have already talked about the new HomePods in the recent reports. I've talked about it in great details, and most importantly, I have spent a lot of time detailing what it could be. Well, according to Mark Gurman, we now have reports of 2 specific HomePods that Apple is currently in the works that we could see be unveiled in 2023. Now, reports from Gurman says that they are planning a follow-up to the original HomePod. It will be similar in size and shape. It will probably most likely have the same build quality, maybe a little bit more tweaked to be in line with the HomePod mini with the bigger surface. There are reports saying that it will still retain the same design from the original with the down-firing woofer and 7 tweeters. However, the biggest thing is that now there are reports saying that this model will also ship with a hybrid screen design. It could either be an accessory where you can mount your iPad, turn it into a home accessory, or it'll have the screen built right in and combine it with the HomePod sound. It will be like, you know, the Echo Show or things like that. Now, focusing solely on the screen model for just a second, we've been hearing about this for a while, and we do know for a fact that Apple has been testing and working. We've seen the leaks, we've seen the codes, we've seen the confirmations inside of the betas showing that there is a combination of some kind of Home OS integration with this speaker sound, whatever they're doing. So there are indications that Apple is testing this model. So I will definitely be keeping my eye on that. But in regards to the original HomePod follow-up, which is going to be this new one, I'm more excited for that one because I have always loved what Apple has done for the HomePods. I have loved everything that they've done since day one. I love the sound quality, I love the build, I think it's great, but I think the biggest problem was the price range. However, now that Apple has kind of really gotten their hands full with the HomePod mini, and the HomePod mini has kind of really given them more market share, they don't necessarily need to make this one a bank on your dollar kind of device to grow your market share. We've seen their market share grow already with the HomePod mini. So this one could be the more premium one. It could be more like the Echo Plus or the Echo Max, where it's the top of the line. You don't necessarily need to get it, but if you get it, you get more premium things like lossless audio, spatial audio. And I really hope that Apple keeps working on that one, because it was a shame when they discontinued it, because the technology inside of the original HomePod I thought was unique and way ahead of any smart speaker on the market. It was just a shame that the price just was not at a reasonable rate, and also considering the fact that people weren't looking for that. But seeing that Apple will continue it, it has me more excited, and I may actually consider buying it and replacing the original HomePods that I have now. So we'll see what happens. And that is for today's episode of Technoid. Guys, again, I'm sorry for my voice. I am really, really sorry if it sounds raspy. I apologize. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked it. Anyway, guys, Halloween's almost here, so we're gonna be doing a final wrap up with all of everything. I am currently working on a brand new review, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, and peace.